This house always throws me for a loop in regards to like its note layout, the composition of the fragrance, the way perceive it, the way I smell it, always throws me off. This is probably one of the most requested fragrances to go over out of his collection. Rhodium, I've been hearing about this one. Might go over this fragrance. Might check this fragrance out. I don't know what to expect going into this one. Let's check this out. Okay, so I don't have anything right here. And we're gonna attempt to try and guess as many of these as we can. First of all, this logo, A1. Love the way that logo looks. This kind of reminds me of the way Aqua de Familia was coming off. Way more fun than I would have imagined. I'm getting like a bubbly fruitiness. I'm getting something that's sort of sharp, clean, almost industrial. I'm getting something patchouli like, but there's something like really fun and fruity and sweet that I'm catching. I'm catching some rose. There's a rose here. It almost comes off like a potpourri kind of a rose, sort of dried, kind of has like that slight incensey sort of a vibe like that potpourri has. It's really dry, dense, almost incense like. Maybe there's a geranium that's kind of helping with some of that. I'm gonna refresh it a little bit. Yeah, you're getting like this really damp and just wet, saturated, almost bergamot, fruity vibe in the opening. With that rose in there, it almost turns into something that smells like a cleaner almost. I'm getting like a floral funk that's hanging around in there as well. I'm getting something that comes off like a sandalwood almost. Something comes off like a lemon or like a sweet orange. There's something in this that smells like concentrated herbs, but it smells like the concentrated herbs that you would find possibly in a tea. I mentioned that I smell something that comes off like a little bit like bergamot earlier, but I noticed that when you get certain herbs that you would use in a tea, if you concentrate it enough the proper way, it could come off, especially if you age it, come off metallic. And I'm getting that vibe. I'm not getting like a metal vibe, but I'm getting like a metallic herb vibe. Just a nice, clean, sharp, almost cold metal. I wonder, is there an orange blossom kind of lingering around in this fragrance as well? My guess is on this fragrance, bergamot, lemon, maybe a sweet orange, jasmine, orange blossom, sandalwood, geranium, rose, possibly patchouli. When I smell this fragrance, I get what comes off to me like a cool, sharp, cold blade, and it almost smells like rose petals, like really dried, almost crystallized rose petals. It comes off really resinous, really cold, really nearly sharp, like a sharp rose presence, and it gives me the vibe of like a crystallized rose. What I'm envisioning is like a blade that you're forging like a sword, and you have crystallized rose petals inside of this sword. The blade is like a really dark, almost black or severely dark gray, and then you just have these really dark burgundy, dark red, little crystallized petals of rose within the blade. You're getting like this sort of damp, almost funk from this fragrance. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a jasmine lingering around as well. I caught a quick glimpse of something that came off like a patchouli, but that was sort of fleeting, and that didn't last long. But that also attributed to like that sort of potpourri vibe that patchouli, that rose has, a slight dampness to it as well. It's going to open up with a slight industrial, citrus kind of a vibe. Not sure if it's a really concentrated bergamot, if it's a sweet orange that comes off like that, if it's a lemon at all, but it reminds me just real slightly of Aqua de Familia, some of the characteristics in that fragrance. So let's look this up. Let's go on the website, take a look at this bad boy, and see what notes he had for this. I'm sure it's like 50. Well, it looks as if this one has a bit of a mystery to it. So there is rose, there is lavender. Well, you didn't mention lavender, never mind. There is a tea, or I guess the herb that you would use for a tea, obsidian tea, opal fruit. There is amber extreme, vanilla, cedar, and patchouli. So we did guess patchouli, we guessed rose, tea herbs, and I think that may have been it so far as what we guessed. Like I said, in the dry down, I get something that comes off cold, damp, and like industrial, the way it comes off. That rose, that sort of potpourri, dried incense sort of a vibe that rose has, that kind of caters to that and sort of boosts that up a little bit as well. Very interesting fragrance. Not something that I think I would reach for that often myself, but the fragrance itself is very interesting. I can see how this could possibly unfold and just last a long time on skin. Very well blended, very well put together. Can't wait to try this out a little bit more and just see how this develops. Right now, this fragrance is available for pre-order on the website for 100 ml for $200, and that is an extrait if I found. I will drop the link in the description where you guys can check out this company for yourself. Check out his collection. Nothing there is going to be your typical run-of-the-mills. Everything is just going to have its own character, its own vibe. Everything is going to be so signature. So it's tons to choose from. Each fragrance has its own story, has its own weight and value. And I'm sure you will find something that you'll love on his website. And again, that is Rhodium by Xarmony Perfumes. And that is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace.